it's Alicia with LaughingGoddess International, and today I'd like to share with you a wonderful power tip for dealing with people who are in the midst of a full blown freak out or are just starting to escalate, and you wish there was something that you could do to help bring these people back into center. Now, this can be used for you as well. If you feel your breathing starting to become shallow, you're starting to go into fear, you're starting to go into anxiety, use this tip. It works miracles. So, I've done Alzheimer's care for the past 28 years. And over those very long years and thousands of clients, I've developed perception and intuition to deal with each individual client, each individual personality complex, to help to soothe, to calm, to nurture, and to bring each client back to their heart, back to feeling safe. Why am I mentioning this here? Because I believe that at times each of us feels the feelings of fear and that of course expresses in many different ways and through many different emotions, but the base of that is fear. The other day, really last week, I was at a client's home and she was a little bit shorter than I am. She was quite heavy and she did not have the strength to get in and out of the bathtub by herself. And it was my first time with her, so I didn't know her, but I liked her really well and she liked me really well. We were having a great time. But anyway, she got into the bathtub and then she could not get out because she didn't have the physical strength. And she said that the other caregiver, her usual caregiver, would get behind her and just heave her right up. And was not able to do that. I don't have the height or the weight or the physical strength to get behind a very overweight person in a slippery bathtub without possibly going down with them, which of course I wanted to avoid. So what I did was call her daughter from downstairs to come up and help. And her daughter was in her 60s, 50s maybe. And so her daughter did come up, and together we both got under her arms and around her waist, and 1, 2, 3, we got her to her feet. And the client was starting to freak out. I could see fear in her eyes. Her breathing was escalating. Her voice was starting to go like this, and her eyes were ablaze with fear that we were going to drop her and that she was going to be badly hurt or fall and crack her head on the porcelain sink or the bathtub or whatever. But we were able to get one foot out and she started escalating again. And I put my arms around her shoulders and held her and I said, these are the power words. These are the magic words. You are loved and you are safe. You are loved and you are safe. And she took a big sigh of relief and she leaned over and put her head on my shoulder and just relaxed into that energy that I was providing for her to support herself emotionally. So that was a wonderful thing and an example of how powerful those words are. Every child needs to feel loved, needs to feel safe within their family unit. And when they don't feel that love and safety as they're growing through the hard parts and the easy parts and the laughter and the tears, that's when personality traumas create personality difficulties, create personality issues that we then spend a lifetime of healing. Another time I was over in an artistic community, and this was a couple years ago in the summer. It was hot, and there was a young man, probably in his 20s, maybe 20, if that, sitting on the curb with his friend, hovering around, trying to comfort him. And I was walking up the street. I said, "Is everything okay?" And his friend said, "Well, he's freaking out and I don't know what to do." I called 911. And so I said, "Well, I'll talk to you." So I went over and bent down to his level and started telling him how loved he was, how the sky and the trees and the wind loved him, how your very breath loves you as you inhale. You take love in to your frequency, into the energy field that you are. You take love in with every breath. But we deny that, don't we? And sometimes we can't see it. We can't feel it because that pattern of denial has been so fixed, it has become concrete within us. So every time that you can, reaffirm to yourself, "I am loved and I am safe," or "I am safe and I am loved." You are safe and you are loved. To an old person that feels abandoned and angry because their family has turned their back on them, just lightly put your arms around his shoulder and just say softly, "Don't worry, you are safe and you are loved." Every one of us needs to hear that. We are safe and we are loved. Bye. Love you.